Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another movie review. I am still trying to catch up on the movies I have yet to review, and this one is actually a more recent film. This is Horrible Bosses 2, which came out like a week and a half ago. It was a movie that was actually kind of big. It was a Thanksgiving film. It was big before it came out, and then when it came out, no one really saw it. I mean, it made money, but not as much as the first film. And I think it pretty much quickly dropped off. So this movie is not making too much money, which is sad because I really love the first one. Horrible Bosses 1 is such an entertaining, very funny comedy with some great comedic actors. I love Jason Sudeikis, Jason Bateman, and Charlie Day in that movie all together as a trio. It was very, I wouldn't say like this or even as good, but it reminded me a lot of what I love about the Three Stooges. Some of the more slapstick moments, not the part where they're calling each other gay or something like that. No, that part not really. But when it got to like some slapstick moments, it reminded me a lot of what I love about Three Stooges, except more R-rated. You know, besides Three Stooges, they like slap each other with fishes, and Horrible Bosses they drop cocaine. A little different. But anyway, I still really love the first film, and I was really looking forward to this one, especially since the premise wasn't going to be exactly the same as the original, which I was a little hopeful it wouldn't, and it isn't. Now, the reviews have been terrible for this film, but I was still really looking forward to seeing it. And you know what? I'm just going to get straight out. I'm going to say it right here. I'm not going to explain the story or anything. I'm just going to get this review done so I can get on with it and get to our next movie. This movie is not terrible, in my opinion. Not great, not even that good. It's okay. It's a fun comedy film that will be forgettable to a lot of people, to me included. I love the first film, but it's going to be a forgettable movie that isn't going to be as good as the first film for a lot of people, even though I know a lot of people don't really love the first film. I do. But still, you know, if you didn't love the first film, you're definitely not going to like this one. But if you liked the first film or even loved it like I did, go see this film. Like, go check it out. It is a funny film that has some really offensive and maybe not even funny jokes in it, sure. But there's a lot of really funny ad-libbing and just, at least it felt like ad-libbing. Maybe it wasn't, but some really funny ad-libbing from the main three characters or main three actors in this film, who are great once again. And I really like where the premise goes. I really do. Chris Pine is a brand new addition to this crew, and I thought he was great in this film. You got Christoph Waltz, who's brand new to this, who wasn't used that much, but when he is, he's actually really entertaining to watch. You got some new, I mean, some, not new, but what's the word I'm looking for? Recurring actors, people that were in the first film. You got Jamie Foxx, Kevin Spacey, and Jennifer Aniston, who come back as their same characters, and they are still really good in their roles. I thought there was a lot of really funny moments with all of the actors, everybody, especially the first, you know, the main three characters. There's a lot of funny moments in this. A lot of poop jokes, a lot of dick jokes, a lot of sex jokes, and there are occasional rape jokes, which are definitely not funny. But hey, there are some really funny dick jokes and poop jokes and fart jokes here and there. And you know what? I like me a good poop joke sometimes. You know, I do. And I like the part where they put the toothbrush up their butt in the first film. And hey, you know what? They brought that back in this one. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a lowbrow kind of guy. And when that happened, I was really, really like, all right, good. It is a Horrible Bosses movie. Oh, this movie's funny. It is. And then it did a rape joke, and I was like, okay, this movie, I don't know where it's going. It keeps doing rape jokes. And then it was a poop joke again, or just a funny thing that someone said, just like a little quip. And I was like, there you go, Horrible Bosses again, yay. And then they did a really bad fart joke. I'm like, oh. So it's hit or miss here and there, but it's still an entertaining film with some really funny comedic acting. I really liked Chris Pine in this. He was a great new addition, and I really liked his character, how just flaky he kind of was. I really liked him in this film. And of course, Jason Sudeikis, Jason Bateman, and Charlie Day all have their own Three Stooges-esque personality in this film. Like, that's how I felt in this film. Like, of course, Jason Bateman was kind of like the Moe of the group. Jason Sudeikis was kind of like the Larry of the group. And of course, Charlie Day was kind of like the Curly of the group. Not the best, you know, examples, really, I guess you could say, because they're not exactly the same. But hey, if I had to, you know, describe them as Three Stooges, that's how I would fit them in those roles. But I still really, really enjoyed them in this film. The slapstick was great in my opinion. But when it got to some of the just written jokes, it was hit and miss. I still found it very entertaining. I know this review's going all over the place, but I'm just going to say this. I really enjoyed this film. I really did. Even though at times it could just be really, dull and kind of the same thing we've seen before in other comedies, I still really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this a 26 out of 40. I still enjoyed it. I don't care what anybody says. It's not a great film, but it is fun. So anyway, there you go. There's my review for Horrible Bosses 2. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, and goodbye.